mental health first aider provides on-the-spot support for people who are struggling with their mental health.
A mental health first aider is basically someone who you can approach or seek advice from if you want somebody to talk to, if you had concerns about your own mental health or something you'd witnessed within the service.
It can be anything from panic attack to anxiety, depression, eating disorders, whatever that person needs support with on the spot. We will help then and there the best we can, and then also signpost to longer term support that's available.
So the role is providing support for anybody struggling in a situation, personal or work-wise. So if somebody's feeling low or feeling anxious or even suicidal, they can reach out and I would be there to support them, to give them the best advice and to direct them in the right place that they need to go.
I would describe that to somebody as, well, first aid, emergency first aid, if you think of it along the lines of that, maybe physical first aid, bandaging someone up before you might put a call into 111 or 999. It's mental health first aid.
Doing this kind of work is emotionally draining. It's stressful. We've had some situations where we kind of need to speak to one another about it. I mean, some of the staff have gone home and gotten really upset about things.
Sometimes we can witness or hear some pretty shocking events that might need additional support and might trigger our own mental health. And it's equally important that we look after ourselves as the people that we support.
It's looking at the well-being for staff, supporting them within the workplace, supporting them to be able to do their job effectively, and support the people that we support.
I don't think you can control your mental health. I think sometimes your mental health controls you. So if you're in a low mood, it's going to impact on other people because you're feeling low, you're feeling down, you don't want to speak to anybody. So if you're coming into work feeling like that, everyone's going to notice your mood. So it does control like how you come across to other people.
Certain things might happen that we find it hard to deal with, so I've got clinical supervisions in place, and mental health first aid would be very similar, I would say, to sort of like a clinical supervision. So I think it would help staff as well as our service users as well massively, yeah.
I think sometimes mental health is still stigmatised and hidden, and people are sometimes afraid of accessing mental health services. So where there is a way to say it's okay, same as when you cut your finger, it's absolutely fine. And if you need that support, then it is there for you.
I think a lot of people struggle to talk about mental health. I know from my own experience, I struggled a lot to talk about mental health. It was shame. You felt guilt. You felt like it was your fault. But you've got no control over your mental health. So having somebody to talk to is a massive thing. Like, you need to have a good support network.
So there has been in the past, there's a stigma around mental health and people accessing support and asking for help. I think it has got a lot better over the years as it becomes more acceptable, for want of a better word, to actually acknowledge that people do struggle and will need support with their mental health.
There's still most definitely barriers in place, and I think it is still in 2024 tricky with a lot of men.
I think one of the biggest barriers could potentially be the stigma that is still sometimes attached to accessing mental health support. And my hope is that by having us within the organisation, people that you may know, people that you've already spoken to, that'll help remove that barrier.
If I can develop my own knowledge, especially in areas of mental health, then it's how I can best support someone else.
So I initially chose to get involved to give back and support. Mental health has touched my life on numerous different occasions through family members' experience of mental health and my own personal experiences with mental health. And I've found that it's often lacking resource and a place for people to turn to.
It was only going to help. It wasn't going to hurt at all. It was only going to help.
So I've done this training because I'm interested in mental health. I work with it. I've dealt with it in my own life quite a lot. I've had some bad situations, so knowing that I'm more aware to help people, like I've got the skills that I can help people with, it just makes us more confident.
It's a fantastic service. It's actually quite simple but very effective. Again, very much like physical first aid.
I think sometimes people don't recognise the signs of mental health or when it's dropping if they've never experienced that before. So we're there to support if you do notice signs or you're unsure about the support that you might need.
I think it's a massive, it's a good support network for the staff, because it is a massive impact on the job. Like, you're dealing with mental health every day, you're dealing with suicide, you're dealing with self-harm, you're dealing with really serious incidents. It's a lot for anyone to take. So having that support network out there will hopefully help staff to deal with the mental health a lot better.
So I think having mental health first aiders within the workplace will be useful for all staff. It's another avenue of support.
For me, the hope is that it raises awareness around mental health and helps to further remove the stigma around mental health and accessing support.
So it's good to have people who are trained, who other staff can go to when they've got a problem, when they've had a stressful day at work, when they've had a bad situation, when they're dealing with something, and you can't really talk about it to people unless they're doing this job. So I think it's really important.